All right, so this is another question that I'm gonna let you work through and tell me what you think. How would you how would you answer this question? A registered engineer has applied for a promotion at a firm. She's been working for several years. During the interview for the new position, she's asked to contrast her qualification with other engineers at the firm who have applied for the same position. So this happens actually in real life. They may not ask you straight to contrast your qualification with like give you a particular name. I don't think. But it definitely does happen. Kind of when you're selling yourself during an interview and how you actually qualify better than somebody else. So this is a direct application of ethics, actually. So this is really a good example of how all of this come together when it comes to engineering obligations and engineering ethical behavior, I guess. So for the multiple choice answers here, we have do you withdraw your application for the position? Do you give full account of all the ways your ability and experience are superior to those of the other applicants? Do you demand to speak to the interviewer supervisor? Or do you actually decline that request? Do you decline to compare your qualifications? Or and offer to describe your obligation. So which one do you think, actually? Provide that in the comment section. Which one do you think it's more is it a violation if you promote yourself? Those are the things that you have to keep in mind. Do you speak negatively to the other people that are being interviewed, to your other co-workers? Is that ethical? Right? So how do you approach this? And this one is very, I think this is a good example, actually, and it could happen in real life. Like I said earlier, you may be an engineer 2 trying to go to an engineer 3, and you got a coworker that's also an engineer 2 trying to go to engineer 3, and you go to an interview and they ask you why should they give you the position as opposed to the other engineer 2. Do you trash them? Do you trash talk about them? Do you say, oh, that engineer comes in late every day, she doesn't know what she's doing, or he doesn't know what he's doing, or is that engineer, do you talk positively? Do you talk negatively? How would you approach this in order to make sure that you get the job, but at the same time do not violate any ethical laws that govern engineering in general. All right, so let me know how you would let's start a discussion on this, and let me know how you would approach this problem, and we'll provide feedback on this. All right.